Mystics' late-season push falls short despite win over Caitlin Clark and Fever. Washington hosted Indiana in front of a WNBA-record crowd at Capital One Arena, but it was eliminated from the postseason race despite a 92-91 win. The Washington Mystics did their part Thursday night, ending the regular season with a 92-91 win before a Capital One Arena crowd that set the WNBA's single-game attendance record and roared with every Caitlin Clark contribution. The Mystics erased an 18-point deficit in the first quarter and showed the mettle they displayed during a regular season that started 0-12 yet held playoff hopes for the team until the final night of the campaign. But Atlanta's 78-67 win over New York secured the last playoff spot for the Dream, sending the Mystics 14-26 into the offseason. When Indiana's Grace Barger missed a potential winning jumper in the closing seconds, the capacity crowd of 20,711 had a win to celebrate, even if the out-of-town scores did not cooperate for the Mystics. Some of those days before we won our first game, those were the critical moments in the season, Mystics coach Eric Thibault said. Those would be the days that it could have come apart, and it didn't. And that's a testament to players and staff and everybody around the team. We checked ourselves. We were honest with ourselves, held each other accountable, got better. It felt like 3 or 4 seasons in one, to be honest with you. But I think there were some true lines of connectedness and accountability and just a willingness to come in and work every day even when times were a little rough. That's when you show your character. The season opened with tempered expectations, the result of a retooled roster built with an eye toward the future. Landing one of the 12-team league's 8 playoff spots seemed a reach, especially after the franchise war start. Gone were Elena Del Don, Natasha Cloud, and Tiana Hawkins. In came Stephanie Dolson, Carly Samuelson, and Emily Engsler, and rookies Aaliyah Edwards and Julie Van Loo, and eventually second-year players Jade Melbourne and Sika Cohn. The goal was to build a foundation and develop young players. Injuries to Brittany Sykes and Shakira Austin abetted the poor start. But the team steadied itself and went 14-14 the rest of the way, even moving into the number 8 spot with control of its playoff fate with 3 games remaining. Losses to the Dream and Liberty took that destiny out of the Mystics' hands. We honestly really held each other down, especially in the hard times, Ariel Atkins said. I can't talk about the perseverance of our team without talking about our bench. I honestly to this day feel like we do have the best bench in the league. Today was kind of a culmination of our season. We did not start well. Bench came in and picked us up, gave us a spark, ignited it, and other people were able to feed off that energy. That's just the definition of the season to me. And you kind of saw it all in a 40-minute period there, to be honest. We did not make the playoffs this year, but you can't tell me this wasn't a team I would love to play with again. Top to bottom culture players. Edwards missed her 3rd consecutive game because of a right ankle injury. She was ruled out Wednesday but was dressed for the shoot-around and did some light shooting with the coaching staff. Thibault said she had begun to some running and cutting Wednesday and was still days away. He emphasized days, not weeks. Edwards was joined on the sideline by Austin, left ankle, who was ruled out for the season Sunday. The Mystics finished the regular season with the most total individual injuries, 56, and 3rd in total games missed, 173, according to TheNEXT.com. Washington got off to a curiously slow start Thursday for a team playing for its playoff life and fell behind 20-2 less than 6 minutes into the game. There was an odd mix of cheers coming from the stands. Apparel with Clark's number 22 was everywhere as fans lined up early outside and mobbed the corner of the arena where Clark, the number 1 overall pick and likely Rookie of the Year, went through warm-ups. Supporters for both teams tried to outdo each other throughout the game. The Fever, 20-20, finished with the number 6 playoff seed and will play number 3 Connecticut, 28-12, in a first-round series starting Sunday. The Mystic starters were a combined 1 for 10 from the field in the opening quarter, but the second unit, the highest-scoring bench in the league, brought the Mystics back by sparking a 20-4 run to end the quarter. The Mystics took a 31-29 lead with 7:40 left in the second quarter and never trailed again, pushing the lead to 17 at one point before holding off a fourth-quarter rally. Just resiliency, Shadori Walker-Kimbrough said. We didn't hang our heads at any point in time. We could have hung our heads today, and we didn't. But that's a testament to the type of people that this organization has brought in. But I can't say enough about our team, our bench, everyone in the organization. Cohn had a career-high 20 points off the bench to go along with 7 rebounds, and Engsler and Atkins scored 17 apiece. Brittany Sykes and Walker Kimbrough both added 12 points. Fever coach Christy Sides went deep into her bench with the number 6 seed locked up and nothing on the line. Clark played fewer than 20 minutes for the first time in her career and finished with 8 points and 8 assists. Christy Wallace scored 17 off the bench, and Alyssa Smith added 16 points and 5 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell, the league's second leading scorer since the Olympic break, played less than 5 minutes. The Fever headed straight to Connecticut after the game.